Now, have you heard? Have you heard? They want to remove Kiambu from Mount Kenya. They want to secede Kiambu from Mount Kenya. How can you remove people from their gods?
Imagine a president so desperate, so petty, that he's willing to reopen wounds that go back to Jomo Kenyatta's era just to cling to power.
To uhoro wa kuga Kiambu ni kweherio Mount Kenya ti drama. Ni uhoro ukoragwo imurikiru muno na andu ni marega kwaye tondu he ironda tutenda kuonura. Andu aitu Kiambu ikiwa ni kwenda kweherio Mount Kenya. Kiambu ndikoragwo na thina na Murang'a. Kiambu ndikoragwo na thina na Kirinyaga, thina na Nyandarua. The reason urona makigera gacira kau to ni moe ni kuri uthu ukoragwo wa tene muno andu anini thu tutowe wa Kiambu na Nyeri.
So there's this video by Senator Karungu Wadhangwa that has just revealed everything about William Ruto's plan to isolate Kiambu from the rest of Mount Kenya.
Our ancestors used to pray looking at Kirinyaga. It's like removing Muslims from Mecca.
And exactly why he's doing it, because it's not about development, it's not about fairness.
Uhuru Kenyatta himself brought BBI, which these leaders fought together with Kasongo. They didn't want one man, 1 shillings, 1 vote. They never wanted that.
It's about using old rivalries to divide and conquer and survive.
Now they want to detach Kiambu, not from Mount Kenya, but from Rigathi Gachagua. Now you know.
So in this video, we're going to talk about that.
We have been Christian, the people of Mount Kenya. Lakini hawa watu wa Kiambu, ile milima wanaona ni Gong Hills na Kilimambogo. Na wamesema wao, they are a region by themselves. Kiambu ni region mzima ikiwa peke yake.
According to Senator Karungu Wadhangwa and any other human being who is just using their common sense, Ruto's agenda to separate Kiambu is not an innocent proposal. It's a calculated political trap. Why? Because Ruto knows he's finished in 2027, especially if Mount Kenya stands united.
It's because they know the people of Kiambu, there are many, 2.4 million population, 1.2 million voters, and we're going to be 1.5 million voters. So they want to divide and rule, which Kasongo is best at. And I'll give you a story about him and was in Gishu, what he did to divide and rule. And then you'll tell me he was a tribalist. What he's trying, after being unsuccessful in trying to divide Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West, now he has seen who has the biggest share of votes in Mount Kenya. It is Kiambu, 1.2 million.
He's seen the intelligence reports. He knows his popularity is collapsing, and the only way he survives is by turning Kikuyu against Kikuyu. This is why the president and his allies are suddenly entertaining the idea of Kiambu as a stand-alone region.
Had William Ruto done what we elected him to do, hii ujinga yote ya kutaka kongoa Mount Kenya, to separate Mount Kenya would not be necessary. But the man is weak and he's cornered. The only thing he has is money, and it's because it's stolen. Sasa anajaribu kudanganya watu wa Kiambu. They don't belong to the larger Mount Kenya. Boss, sisi ndio tumejenga Kiambu. Na kwetu sio Kiambu, kwetu ni Kirinyaga. Unless you are stupid, that's the only time you can fall for that nonsense. Watu wa Kiambu, most of them, their background in Murang'a. That thing is inseparable.
But let's be clear, this is not about progress. It's about bringing back bitterness that dates back to Jomo Kenyatta's famous statement that the presidency should never go past Chania. That statement created years of bad blood between Kiambu and Nyeri. And now Ruto wants to exploit that old enmity for his own survival.
Andu a Nyeri ni maugaga atiriri ati andu a Kiambu matiaruire wiyathi onio maruire wiyathi na magicoka magikorwo otio moire thirikari andu a Kiambu nio moire thirikari koguo he uthu ukoragwo kuo ne koragwo naturally kati ya andu a Kiambu na andu a Nyeri na ni kioro na ti undu wa kawaida ati ni majia narrative yo na matwariririo ni Ruto tondu nginya ni moe history ito na ugatuika ni giconoko muno ati andu mararehe narrative ino ni andu a Mount Kenya ni tondu Gachagua umite Nyeri icong'wa maumite guku Kiambu Riu narrative no muhakereho na my friend mware ya gwicunga narrative no ni karia taro ugefa keigira president ri ni ageririe muno kuiga andu a Kiambu haraihu nake kondu mutari mwamenya ni athire agetha andu metagwo the Meru Mafias athire agetha andu ta Muthaura agetha ta Mwiraria agetha Kiraitu Murungi acio nio marigicire gibaki haha na mamurigiceirie akigeria kweherania na the Kiambus andu itu Kenyatta akorwo thirikari ona athire akio andu metagwo the Kiambu Mafias akioya Kiambu Mafias ona akiuga uthamaki wakira haria Chania ni ageragia muno kwirigiceria eherere andu a Nyeri tondu andu aya a Nyeri ni monaga onio maruire wiyathi na nio matonire matonire wiyathi ucio.
And this is Ruto's strategy: split Kiambu from Mount Kenya. That weakens collective bargaining power. Reward loyal Kiambu leaders. People like Ichung'wah and Wamuratha are going to be pushed forward. He's going to isolate rebels. Leaders like Wamushomba, Karungu Wathang'wa himself are being attacked and sidelined. He's going to fuel suspicion between Kiambu and Nyeri. Old rivalries are going to return and they're going to make unity an impossibility.
Now they want to detach Kiambu, not from Mount Kenya, but from Rigathi Gachagua. Now you know. Because I know people believe what Rigathi Gachagua is telling us. So they want to take that block and try to take it to Ruto. But let me tell you something.
This is not leadership. This is petty survival politics. Ruto is literally banking on hatred to win an election.
It's a very sad state of affairs. Alia more the geopolitical politics of our region. That ni twaje kugera gashira kau. Na alia maronia Ruto gashira kau ni agikuyu. It's a very sad state.
This is not new. In fact, it is the exact same playbook Daniel Arap Moi used. Moi divided central Kenya into small rivalries, Kiambu versus Nyeri, Kikuyu versus Embu, so that no leader from the region would actually threaten him. Ruto is not innovative. He's recycling Moi's divide and rule politics, hoping Kenyans are too distracted to notice. But this time, Kenyans are awake, social media is alive, tricks are being exposed in real time.
Sijui kwa nini mtu ako na PhD lakini ujinga ndio imejaa kwa kichwa. Maji. The thing is easy. Do what you're supposed to do. But since you know you cannot do what you're supposed to do, sababu kazi yako, your objective is to steal the last coin of the Kenyan economy. Sasa ndio unaanza stories za Bunwasi. What a useless man. It's a total letdown.
Let's call it what it is, desperation. Ruto is petty. He's not building unity. He's weaponizing disunity. He's not solving Kenya's problems. He's creating new ones. He's not fixing the economy. He's busy calculating how to break Mount Kenya apart. Instead of lowering food prices, he's plotting how to resurrect Jomo Kenyatta's divisive words. This is a disgusting form of leadership, clinging to power through division rather than service.
Let me give you an example. In the Bible, King Jeroboam, 1 King verse 12, he tried to remove the people from Jerusalem to stop them from going to where their ancestors used to believe their God lived. You know what happened to him. And the one king that you know very much, King Nebuchadnezzar, he actually detached the people from Jerusalem, from the Solomon's temple. He removed them and exiled them to Babylon. You know what happened to King Nebuchadnezzar? Of course you know. 7 years of grass. You cannot detach people from their gods. And also you cannot detach people from their ancestral home.
The reason Ruto is doing this is because he knows Mount Kenya unity is his death sentence politically. If Gachagua, Uhuru, or even Raila manages to rally Mount Kenya under one flag, Ruto cannot win in 2027. He must destroy that possibility before it even begins. He knows the math. He knows Kiambu alone gives over 1 million votes.
Now today, all of a sudden, they have realized we are many. And they're not talking about the resources to come to Kiambu. They're telling us they'll build Thika Stadium. Thika Stadium, yet we have Kirigiti Stadium that they have not opened. I mean, watu wa Kiambu ni werevu sana wanajua hii maneno.
So, William Ruto is proving every day that he is not a statesman. He's a petty, desperate man, terrified of losing power. His plan to separate Kiambu from Mount Kenya is not about fairness. Kenyans must see this for what it is, an evil plot to weaken the mountain, to divide its people, and to cling to power at any cost.
So what I'm trying to say, I won't allow, we the people of Kiambu, we won't allow this kind of politics of divide and rule. What we will allow is God to deal with Jeroboam and Nebuchadnezzar. That's all.